The Mystery of BELICENA VILLCA. Fourth Book. Quest for Uncle Kurt. Chapter 27. 1 and 21 minutes. Karl von Grossen, Heinz, Klester, Hans, Esker, and I, the group of 5, left us, and the Gurkha, save the 300 meters that separated us from the left tower. We had to clean our way bloodily within the small crowd that was still running chaotically without knowing what to do, but that escape way planned by von Grossen demonstrated to be, if not the unique possible, one of the few that remained. Other course of evasion, for example, could have considered the aquatic environment of the lake. What would not be feasible to do was to return whence we came, that is, through the avenue, because the same was similar now to a tunnel of high temperature by the effect of the general fire, anticipated effect by the provident von Grossen. In the center of a lurid circle of corpses, at the foot of the stairs, we encountered with the Calico monk. Preceded by him, we went upwards in column to the tower, and descended rapidly with the rope to the exterior of the wall. Without obstacles worthy of mention, we undertook the withdrawal towards the north. 500 meters ahead, we found the Calico monk, with the horses, and we completed the retreat, moving away quickly from the destroyed Valley Dusker. The path ascended through the slope of a hill, and I could not avoid to turn back an instant, to contemplate for last time the consequence of our attack. The image that I perceived, as corollary of the operation, was nightmarish. With the tenebrous mark of the closed night, was distinguished clearly the inner square of the wall, illuminated by the reddish flashes of the fire, that still conserved its destructive vitality. The fire, as a ravenous beast, had decided to devour everything, and was still consuming the sinister monastery. The building, which was the highest of the village, was burning freely, and its flames projected a multicolor spectrum over the immutable mirror of the lake Keeling. Beneath that light, it was even possible for me to recognize the damned temple of Rigenjapo, which was constructed entirely with white stones. The success of the attack would have been total, if it could have been followed the course of a variant planned by von Grossen, who contemplated the dynamiting of such satanic temple. But there was not material time available for it. That is to say, the time was employed to cover the gates of the Gempa, to avoid the escape of the llamas. To the realist von Grossen, seemed more practical to kill everyone inside the temple. But I disagreed with such criterion, because I considered that it had more real weight, as adversary, the monastery than the llamas. To the wide fraternity, would result much easier to replace the llamas, that reconstruct the millenary temple. Nevertheless, I'd not reproach anything to von Grossen, because, thanks to his indubitable professionalism, now was galloping by my side Esker Phil. Some powerful exclamations subtracted me abruptly from those thoughts. I delayed to understand that all made the same, and they turned back to take the last vision of the Dusket village. And now, at descending to the other side of the knoll, they were uttering uncontainable and exhilarated screams of joy. Naturally, I am referring to the Germans, because the Asians remained as indifferent as always. Von Grossen had to allude to the authority of his military grade to avoid that the song of Baldra von Schirach, "Our flag flutters before us," of the Hitler's youths, be sung loudly. I'd have wanted to sing it, in that moment too. And, remembering my childhood in Cairo, I repeated it mentally, as my comrades did undoubtedly. Germany, you shall stand radiant, even though we shall fall. Our flag flutters before us. Our flag is the new time. Our flag guides us to eternity. Yes, the flag is greater than death. Yes, our flags were greater than the own death, and unleashed the death upon the enemies, as the llamas of the Kirkrumer bonnet have just warned. The Germans unleashed the death, because the history summoned us for it. The enemy of our flags would repent forever for having sunk their vile claws in the homeland. I remembered then the storm song for the Germans of Dietrich Eckert, such founder member of the Gesellschaft, of whom Konrad Tarstein talked to me unsparingly, because he had been also one of the initiates of Adolf Hitler. Convocation, appeal, alarm, call. The serpent, the dragon from hell has broken loose. Stupidities and lies his chains have burst asunder. Lust for gold in the dreadful couch, red as with blood of the heavens in flames. The rooftops collapsed, aside to appall. One after another, the chapel goes to. Howling with rage the dragon dashes it to pieces. Ring out the assault now or never. Germany awake. Convocation, appeal, alarm, call. Ring the bells from tower to tower. Ring the men, the old and the young, ring the sleepers out of their parlours. Ring the girls down the stairs, ring the mothers away from the cradles. The air shall clang and cannonade, rushing forth in the thunder of vengeance. Ring the dead out of their grave. Germany, awaken. Awaken. Convocation, appeal, alarm, call. Ring the bells from tower to tower. Ring until sparks begin to fly. Judas appears to conquer the Reich. Ring until the roads turn red from blood, with only burning, torture and murder around. Ring the storm until the earth rises, under the thunder of liberating vengeance. Woe to the people that is still dreaming today. Germany, awaken. Awaken. History convoked the most suitable to fight against the evil. And the most suitable were we. In a unique moment of history, we had lifted the eternal flags, as Baldr von Schirach demanded. And for this reason, the Führer was ringing to storm, as Dietrich had demanded. Woe to the dreaming peoples, or evil as the Duskers. Woe to those, who not hear the call of the eternal spirit. They would suffer the wrath of the awakened sons of Germany. What happened in the Tibet constituted an example. 5 officers SS, and 8 Kalikas unitates, regretting just one casualty, exterminated more than 1,000 fierce foes. 1 for 1,000. Fair proportion for the life the fallen initiate and the one of Eskadville, that they were attempting to take. Our enemies, better said, the enemy of our flags, should comprehend definitely that, we don't threaten in vain.